Yes, of course. I'll start the recording now. Hi, Victor. Welcome back. And welcome everyone else to our Master of Science in Translational Medicine program overview webinar. Today, I am very happy to announce that we have two speakers to speak on our MSTM program. My name is Janet Doan. I'm the Admissions Outreach Coordinator. And here with us today, we have Dr. Anastasia Levitin, who is the program director, as well as a professor of practice in translational medicine. We also have Dr. Yilun Liu, who is the vice dean, professor and associate chair of the Department of Cancer Genetics and Epigenetics, and the director of our MSTM program here at KGI and the City of Hope. So I'm going to be turning it over to our two speakers. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Janet. So as you can see, I'm sharing my slides, and but there are two program co-directors for this MS in Translational Medicine program. My responsibility is mostly for the academic portion, the first year portion here at KGI, and Dr. Liu is responsible for the second half, which is not second half, it's intertwined, but for the research portion of the program. So I will talk a little bit about academics, about classes, and then Dr. Liu will talk about research. And Victor is here, and he will be very interested in what research projects are available. But first, this is MS, Master of Science in Translational Medicine program. My name is Anastasia Levitin. I'm program co-director for the program. And this is a joint program with City of Hope, and we have Dr. Liu here. And the students, upon successful completion of the program, the graduates will receive diplomas from both institutions, from KGI and City of Hope. So as part of this MS in Translational Medicine program, as is for the entire KGI community, we strive to maintain a globally diverse program, because such program is perfect in offering students new perspectives, have them learn and raise questions. The program's goal is to prepare students for employment in biotech or pharma industry, specifically in research, or to continue into advanced graduate programs. The program is designed for both undergraduate students with and without research experience, and the applicants, people who already are in the workforce and are seeking career advancement opportunities. So MS in Translation Medicine is a 2-year, 60-credit program where students receive education through didactic courses at KGI, in which we use active learning pedagogy, and applied translational research, translational medical research at City of Hope. As part of this program and through our didactic classes and experiential learning, we help students develop habits of mind, competencies that are necessary to operate. And these are leadership, teamwork, critical and creative thinking, effective communication, interpersonal skills. And as research shows, these habits are best developed in globally diverse program. That's what we're striving for. Other competencies the program helps students to develop as part of this program are social, emotional intelligence, and through experiential learning, we help students develop their decencies, resilience, and maturity, and other important competencies. So this program, MS in Translational Medicine, emphasizes applied and translational medical research, and is designed to prepare students for various careers in biotech and pharma industry, especially in research and development departments. And again, Dr. Liu will talk more about the research aspect. We also help students to transition as their next step into academic or clinical research careers. And the program also is designed to prepare pre-health students interested in continuing to advance health professional programs. due to rigorous research experience, many of our students continue into doctoral programs, especially we've City of Hope designed a City of Hope PhD in translational medicine track that allows students that successfully graduate from MS in translational medicine to apply into this MS in translational medicine PhD program. And Dr. Liu can talk about that as well. Again, this is just a brief overview of what the program will provide through core and professional development classes. The program will provide science and industry focus and professional development, but providing students with the knowledge of drug discovery, pharma pipeline, regulatory and business, and bioprocessing and engineering knowledge. This program provides extensive technology training that is done at City of Hope. And I am sharing here a link that if interested students can go and check it out, where students familiarize themselves with technologies and instruments to prepare for their thesis research in their second year. And the MSTM program is designed, as I mentioned, to provide with research experience in translational medicine. And there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of projects that are available for our MS in translational medicine students to work on as part of their thesis requirements. So again, I'm sharing a link from City of Hope MSTM program where you can go and see what directions, research directions, and Dr. Liu can talk about this later again on what City of Hope has to offer. And there's also clinical mentorship program that our MS in translational medicine students can take advantage of during their time in the program. So all the students will be matched with a clinical mentor at the start of the program, where the mentor will be able to introduce students to the medical field through opportunities, through individual mentorship, and through opportunities to shadow and do additional activities with the mentor. So the students will also be able to learn about current challenges in medicine and other perks of working with the clinical mentor. So again, if needed, this is the link to the City of Hope MS in Translational Medicine site. The program, as I mentioned, also provides with an opportunity to students, to MSTM students that are successful in the MSTM program to transition into specifically created for the program a track into a PhD program. PhD program at City of Hope is very highly thought of and hard to get in. So the being part of MS in Translational Medicine helps students to get accepted into this PhD program at City of Hope. And again, here's the link if you want to learn more about PhD in Translational Medicine at City of Hope. And that has all the requirements to join the the PhD program from MSTM, and what is required, what successful completion of the MSTM program is required in order to join the PhD track. KGI also has an extensive network with biotech and pharma companies, as well as healthcare institutions, which allows students to work with our career, through working with our career department to secure an employment opportunity after the graduation from the program. So the program structure follows 90-10 model, where during the first year, students spend 90% of the time at KGI for the didactic part of the program. And once a week, the students spend at City of Hope receiving technology training or identifying the research projects of interest by doing interacting with various principal investigators, advisors, and getting introduced into the research and lab members. Starting from May of the first year, students transition into City of Hope to work on their thesis project, and they come to KGI for certain events or parts of the MS in Translational Medicine thesis course, or they come to KGI to attend the network event. And that's what 90-10 module is. So during first year, 90% of the time is spent at KGI, 10% of the time is at City of Hope. And then second year, it flips. Students spend 90% of the time at City of Hope and 10% at KGI. And the clinical mentorship program runs through the entire duration of the MS in Translational Medicine. So students in the MS in Translational Medicine are required to complete 60 credits over 2 years of study. Of those 60 total credits, students must complete core science, professional development, and advanced technical courses. And they will also have to require to be successful in their research capstone, and will receive 30 credits for that capstone. So here's the list of core science and professional development courses, which include such exciting topics as introduction to pharma pipeline, pharmaceutical discovery development, molecular biotechnology, bioindustry ethics, as well as hot topics in translational medicine and applied sciences such as microbiome, epigenetics, nutrigenomics, pharmacogenomics, and so forth. Our graduates are very well positioned to enter the workforce if they need after the graduation from MS in Translational Medicine to answer the market need for employees in research. So the trend is up. There's an increasing number of employment opportunities. Research is hot in California especially, and all over the US. So this is my part. I will allow Dr. Liu to talk about the research and the PhD in Translational Medicine track. And then we'll hear questions. I'm sure Victor has a lot of questions about the research portion.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Anastasia. And I have a couple of slides. Like probably it's easier for me to share. Oh, okay. I need so the host disabled the participant screen share. Oh.
Okay. I think it should work now. Yes. Okay. Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. No problem. A little bit about the history of City of Hope and what. Oh, can you hear? Can you see my slides? Oh, can you see the slide?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay, great. Sorry, yes. I just got a note. I just got a note that my internet is not stable. So, but let me know if I froze. And so. I want to use this opportunity to kind of like, introduce the parts of City of Hope's research opportunity that's available for the MSTM programs. Just as Dr. Levitin mentioned that, this is a fantastic joint program that basically married the two the two best parts of the two institutes, where we have KGI that is have this fantastic didactic courses and then the connection to industry that open up the doors for any of the biological science background students to pursue advanced degrees for a career in industry as well as for the clinical career. And so for City of Hope, we are well known for our not only as one of the NCI designated cancer center hospital, but we are a well-known research institute. That is probably one of the parts that a lot of students not realize. So City of Hope is actually has quite a long history. It was established in 1913 as a sanatorium for all these TB patients that coming out from the West LA, because I guess that they wanted to. The idea is that the east sides where it's more desert, so the air is drier, is probably more better for the TB patient. But the reality is just that the LA, most of the people living in the downtown LAs or west sides where they just don't want to have those people close them. So they kind of ship it to the wild east. So at that time, this sanatorium was established, and it was called the Town of Hope by the patients and the doctors work there because this is like a small community. It's like a village. So eventually so that's pretty much the source of the names of City of Hope, and eventually we grew from a town to a city, so it's become City of Hope. So this is what it looks like, the modern day. So you can see how much transformed. So we have several research buildings around the campus, and recently, if you have chance to drive by the Duarte roads, you will see a huge amount of construction. And I have been at City Hall for 11 years, and I can tell you that the City of Hope campus 11 years ago when I was here was totally different from the campus. It's a marriage of beautiful campus, with the greens, with the gardens, and at the same time we have some of the architectural award-winning buildings that's for both the medical and research purpose, and as well as museum. So of course, I wanted to also quickly go through the structure of City of Hope. So City of Hope, people think it's a cancer center, but it has for a long time, it has two part of I guess the two part, and one is the medical center, which is basically where the cancer treatment clinical trials take place, and this is situated at the main campus. And we now just established a second campus at the Orange County, which we hope to be complete pretty soon. And so within this medical center, we have 11 departments, and there are professor series faculty, there are clinical faculties, and mostly seeing patient as well as conducting clinical research. And so most of our clinical mentors that Dr. Levitin mentioned is our faculty from our medical centers, where they would like to mentor our graduate students who are particularly interested in going to pursue a medical career, for example, advancing to the medical school. And so we have the option for the student to shadow their clinical mentors in the clinic, and or even learn a little bit about the clinical trials that their faculties or their mentor are involved. And so most of the research is actually conducted in the Beckman Research Institutes. And currently we have 18 research departments, approximately 100 professor series faculty, but we also have over 100 research professor series faculty. And we have close to thousands of research staffs, including the PhD and master program students. So all our master students are from the joint program with KGI. So Beckman Research, and we about 7 years ago, so we acquired teaching in Phoenix, Arizona, so which their expertise, large genomic data analysis and bioinformatics. And so there is emphasis of precision medicine. So there's more and more need to understanding how our genetics compositions that contribute to cancer's etiology, as well as how this is affecting the individual's response to cancer treatment. So there is bringing teaching as part of City of Hope, bring a lot of expertise that allow us to do a lot of genomic analysis of the patient samples that coming from our cancer center. So at this teaching, we have about 11 professor series faculty, also 12 research faculty. And most of the research, the faculty teachers were involved in co-mentoring, helping our faculty at City of Hope to educating our graduate students. And just earlier this year, so we also acquired Cancer Treatment Center of America, which is which has a several branch across the United States, including in Atlanta, Chicago, and Phoenix. And our idea now is that spreading our footprints into different parts of the United States, we can address one of the most challenging part of the cancer treatment, or even any kind of disease, is health disparity. And because all this different area has different demographic and not only ethnicity, but also economic demographic differences. So our goal is to make cancer research and then translating the research treatments to all the patients available to different demographic. So this is ongoing, and we are just starting to have our restructure of the Cancer Treatment Center of America in different part of the city. And currently, this in the next couple years, the focus will be hospital, but eventually, and all of these areas would potentially have buildings that could expand our research operation into this different cities. So we're very excited to look forward to the opportunity. So about Beckman Research Institute, which is on the main campus, which is where all the research, a lot of research are happening. So Beckman Research, for most of the people working in the lab, they probably heard about Beckman. A lot of Beckman equipment and it was actually from the this very wealthy couple, Beckman, Mr. Beckman and Mrs. Beckman, and they contribute. They dedicate their lifelong careers to advance research, but at the same time, later on they realized that that not only building the biotech industry, but they wanted to contribute to the academic research. So they decided to build a Beckman Foundation. And so the foundation, they used this foundation to provide funding to establish a different Beckman Research Institute in university or academic institution. So City of Hope was very honored to be the very first campus that the Beckman Foundation decided to choose to build their first Beckman Research Institute. So it was established in 1983, and it subsequently, Beckman Foundation also established more institutes in several prestigious universities, including UC Irvine, National Academy of Science, as well as Stanford and Caltech. So the Beckman Research Institute, of course, City of Hope is known for cancer research, but our research area actually is beyond or far, not just about cancer. And we have faculty work on infectious disease and including AIDS and pathogens. And so just maybe about months ago, and there is, if you heard from the news that City of Hope actually treated a patient that was the fourth patient that in the world known to have basically with AIDS that basically they cannot detect the virus anymore. So potentially it's being suggested as cure. So we know that right now with AIDS and HIV, it's all about just control the maintenance, but this is potential cure. We also have a strong department of population science, which is important for precision medicine. And of course, with City of Hope is also well known for their research in the diabetes and metabolism. And Dr. Rick, which is the legend, which is a huge contributor to both City of Hope and KGI. He is the person who has developed the synthetic insulins, and that contribute to the ability for a patient with diabetes to be able to control their disease. And so this is just so far and so on. And we also have a stem cell biology and genomic epigenetic. So our research actually expands from basic research all the way to translational to clinical and drug development. So the idea, so City of Hope being a cancer center is very, very well founded. And so we are one of, even though our institute is relatively small compared to like large university like UCLA, like UC Berkeley, but our research funding, federal research funding per faculty is one of the top in California, if not in the nation. So City of Hope, as I say, that our research span from basic research all the way to clinical research, and our idea is to build this pipeline. And so our slogan is translating from bench side to bedside. So we have research faculty who work on the basic mechanism, understanding how cell functioning, why things go wrong, and then cell develop into diseases. And so I'm actually one of the faculty in the basic research. So from all this research, we also understand what's the, we might figure out what enzymes is a good target to develop drugs. And then so this is, we also have medicinal chemists that help the faculty like me. We do collaboration to establish, to develop or to screen for potential small molecules, and then to try to target our protein of interest, and then eventually we have the capability to have the GMP to produce these compounds in large quantity. That can be used in the clinical trial, so we can actually do preclinical as an early phase clinical trial right here at City of Hope. So, so we currently have a very impressive number of the biologics and small molecules that is actually developed by the City of Hope faculty, and right now in this pipeline. And we also have a lot of clinical human trials open. Some of them is City of Hope initiated, and we also have a collaboration with the industry and for clinical trial. So but of course, as I mentioned, that being able to do clinical trial, and we know that it's important that we have the GMP facility to be able to produce all the materials that is necessary for us to do this kind of thing. So we have a Center for Biomedicine and Genetics, and also we have a GMP synthesis facility that can generate small molecules or even oligonucleotide for oligonucleotide-based drugs discovery. Of course, the City of Hope is well known for CAR T. We have our CAR T production center, and as well as a radio pharmacy. And so because also this a lot of clinical trial as well as a GMP manufacturing that require us to have, we are heavily involved in regulatory affairs, and this is also one of the goal that we end up that we found that it's a good opportunity for City of Hope and KGI to establish a second joint master program, is Master in Translation, Master in Regulatory Affairs. And so the idea is that we were able to like cover everything from basic all the way to drug discovery and preclinical and clinical trial. So with all this kind of opportunity, research facility expertise available here at City of Hope, and one of the things is that in the laboratory, this is a great opportunity to educating the next generation of scientists. So so at the City of Hope, we established also a relatively young graduate school, just like KGI. But we both, I guess, there's a similarity that KGI and also City of Hope's graduate school is kind of unique from traditional universities, that we are very focusing on the practical and theoretical, a hybrid, and we work this hybrid, almost like a hybrid academia and industry, and we wanted to train the next generation scientists to be able to choose their career either in the academia or industry in the future. So at this moment at City of Hope, we have a PhD program and 2 master programs that is joint program with KGI. And also Dr. Levitin also mentioned about the PhD in translational medicine that we have established about 2 years ago. And this is a PhD program particularly established for our MSTM graduates. So we have witnessed some of a lot of our master program students they perform outstanding jobs in their master thesis, and a lot of our faculty say we would like to retain this excellent master graduates in our institutes and continue educating them into a PhD degree. So this is we established this transition programs that based on the master in translational medicines academic performance, and we will directly transition them into the PhD. And also the students, as soon as they transition, they basically can skip quite a few PhD course requirement and then they can directly focus on continue doing their thesis research, so potentially can shorten their times needed to complete their PhD portion. So, and our students is involving in researching in all the way from basic to all the way to clinical, preclinical trial. Okay, so with this, hopefully just a very few short overview, and we know that a lot of outside people, they kind of know about City of Hope as a cancer hospital, but we really would love to let people know that that City of Hope has a robust research operations, and with this very comprehensive courses that KGI established for the drugs developments, and as well as actually we also have like courses that KGI has courses that understanding like precision medicine as well as the genetic base about the diseases. So we really can just prepare the student, take what they learn from these courses and then really apply to the actual research at the bench side. Okay. So.
Great, thank you so much.
Victor, thank you. So yeah, and I guess we can take questions. And Victor, I know that students usually shy, and do you think that you have a cameras that you'll be willing to like turn on your camera and say hi? Would love to meet you, like but of course it's not a problem. So if there's an issue with the camera.
Okay, I would have done that, but I'm in the hostel, like I have a roommate, so I don't want to inconvenience him. That's why.
No problem. So happy to take any questions. Yeah.
Yes, I have listened to your presentation, and really I'm very interested in the program because for a while now I've been reading some papers on cancer research, and I have kind of like fell in love actually in translational research because I see it as a way to reduce the time of proof of concept research and other things like that. But the thing is, like, for me, I am a bit worried that maybe it will require someone to have outside of like extracurricular research experience, like maybe 1 year or something like that. And in my school here, sometimes one could be limited to just the curricular laboratory experience, and maybe occasionally, or rather, let's say as part of the curricular requirement, just about 2 months or 1 month internship. So I don't know if that's going to be a hindrance if I apply, or maybe, I don't know. Just, I would like to know if that's okay as a requirement.
Victor, remind us, where are you now? What school are you in?
Okay, I'm in Brak University in Bangladesh. Brak University. Can you hear me?
It's hard to actually hear, at least from my side.
Okay. I'm in Brak University, Bangladesh, Brak University.
Okay.
He's in Bangladesh.
Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah. So I think that as a Dr. Liv, I kind of maybe hear the question, but correct me if I'm wrong. So you're a little bit concerned about whether there is a need for you to have some kind of experience developed before applying to the master program, for example, have some research experience before. Is that what's the question?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so as Dr. Levitin mentioned that, we understand that, so the master we don't really require you having the research experience before. Reality is master. The purpose is to provide that opportunity for those students during the undergraduate may not have the environment to conduct research, because some of the universities, especially small ones, they don't have the kind of research funding to support students or laboratory setting. So in April to advance to more like a doctoral degree, and it's challenging. So master program, one of the main goal is as a stepping stone for students who has not had the opportunity to do so, to go through a master program involving in the training in the laboratory. So of course, if you have some research experience, that's fantastic, that's a bonus, but it's not a requirement, okay? So we will have like, you know, based on each individual. So one of the things that for our program is that we tailor to individual students' needs. So our students, the career goal ranging from going to medical school, going to PhD, or go directly to industry. We have students are very successful doing all of this. So based on the goal, it's you know, we also like, and also the background experience, we kind of guide the students to which laboratory would be most suitable. So for example, if a student wanted to go to medical school, but they wanted to have the ability to have that research experience, that they understand, okay, when they eventually they treat the patients with certain drugs, and they understand the logic of how this drug's being developed, and sometimes you need to kind of understand the enzymes, like the signaling pathways, like, oh, okay, so this is targeting this pathway, and so this is a good way to do that. And then also, but at the same time, the master is also, they wanted to boost their medical school application, and we have research mentor who are clinicians. We also run a research laboratory, and their research is more, so they can benefit both, like, you know, being, you know, doing more clinical research. So but some of the clinical research trials, they may not be, those kind of research may not be suitable if somebody who wanted to go direct, eventually go to PhD program. So we will direct those students who are interested in eventually pursue a PhD degree to those laboratory who has much more, like, you know, the research project has that even more theoretical hypothesis driven kind of research. So and a lot of students coming in not necessarily has the experience, and the PI know that. So we also will help the student to identify laboratory that most of the students coming in, they have a senior graduate students or staff scientists, if not the PI themselves, to teach them how to do certain experiments. And also I believe that also for those students that admitted to master the MSTM, they can have an option to join the KGI summer research program, which also will help with some of the laboratory research experience, that kind of introducing that part. So yeah.
You're correct.
So Victor, hopefully that answer your question.
Yes.
That's
yes,
great.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Any additional questions, Victor? You are our audience today. So if anything comes up, Yilun, do you want to share your email address?
Yeah, absolutely.
Victor, you have ours, mine and Janet's from Do you want
Yes,
us to share it with you?
So I type in the chat, and so you see my email address. Feel free to reach out to me if you have more questions about the research part of Studio Hope.
Thank you so much for being on both of our webinars, Victor. We really appreciate it, and I hope you were able to learn a little bit more about our programs. And I hope that you're able to find some help in figuring out what program you would like to do. Again, please feel free to reach out to us if you have any other questions after the webinar. I would like to thank Dr. Liu and Dr. Levitin for being here today and for hosting this webinar with me today and providing all this information to the students. And with that, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day too.
Bye, Victor.